So, how's it going everybody, and welcome back to another video on the channel. My name of course is Star Wars Infinity. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I do hope you enjoy your stay. Now for today's video guys, I have a episode 9 speculation video. Now I tried to stay away from these as much as I can. I don't want to be putting false rumors out into the community, but this isn't based on some leaked information or a rumor. This is merely a discussion video where I want to express the idea of the possibility of Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost playing a major role in episode 9. And the reason I say this is because, all in all, Anakin Skywalker is the central character to the entire Star Wars franchise. I know for a lot of the time it seems like he isn't really mentioned at all in the second sequel trilogy, and even in the original 3 films, we didn't actually know who Anakin was until the very end on the Forest Moon of Endor, when we see him as a Force Ghost, when obviously they've destroyed the Death Star for the second time, and there's Leia and Han and Luke and all the little Ewoks on Forest Moon of Endor. We see him, and I don't even think a lot of people realize this, but even though the prequel trilogy came out after the original sequel trilogy, it hasn't been that long since we've seen the actual character of Anakin on screen, but in the whole time zone of the Star Wars universe, that actually came way before, you know, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, then The Force Awakens, and Last Jedi, and whatever the title for episode 9 is going to be. It has been a crazy number of years, and you've seen how old Obi-Wan Kenobi got from the prequel trilogy to even when we first discover him in A New Hope. He's aged significantly. And on the topic of Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know, Ewan McGregor has been super open about talking about the possibility of him coming back for Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know, sequel film, or you know, a standalone film, should I say. And that's definitely a possibility that I'd like to talk about on the channel, but I'm going to leave it for another video. So a trend I noticed with the Star Wars trilogy and the whole Star Wars saga is in relation to Force Ghosts. When they appear not in a time of danger to save someone, because obviously they're ghosts and they can't do anything, but they appear when they feel their knowledge as Jedi Masters, especially of the Old Republic, are certainly needed. And we've seen that with Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and even in The Last Jedi we saw Yoda appear, although that doll though, it just looked like, ugh. Like, yeah, it was fine, like, it was good. It's just when you compare it to the prequels, when you see Yoda jumping all around the place doing all these flips with his little green lightsaber, you're like, wow, they really kind of took a step back. It felt like that was the only part of the old trilogy that they tried to keep unique to the original films, of using a doll for Yoda, because obviously in the original trilogy Yoda wasn't doing any flips or stunts or anything like that. He was just training Luke, and he was more of a stationary character rather than a main character that got involved in a lot of action. As far as, yeah, Yoda didn't even get involved in like a single lightsaber duel in the whole original trilogy. But during The Last Jedi, when Luke is looking for the sacred Jedi texts, he encounters Yoda, and Force Ghost Yoda appears to him. Now that's perfectly fine, he was his master, but he talks to him like he's a child rather than a Jedi Master himself. I think a lot of people tried to bring nostalgia back to when he trained Luke to go and fight Darth Vader in Empire Strikes Back. There was a very similar vibe to that scene in The Last Jedi. It felt like they still weren't equal, even though Yoda had been dead for quite an amount of time, and Luke had grown up completely, started his own Jedi school, and obviously he went into hiding on like a random island, which was actually filmed in Ireland, by the way. For you guys who don't know, I am Irish, so we got a lot of American tourists over here for when they announced that it was being filmed in Ireland on this little island in Skellig Michael. So coming back to my main point, it seems as if we don't really see that many Force Ghosts throughout the whole saga, and I think it would ruin the impact that they have, especially, you know, at the end of Return of the Jedi, when you see Obi-Wan, Yoda, and when you see Anakin, especially, because that was the first time we had ever seen Anakin. We hadn't seen the prequels at that stage. You're like, oh my god, it's his dad. And especially because of the emotional scene where Darth Vader actually dies at the end of Return of the Jedi. And I just feel as if Yoda appearing in The Last Jedi didn't have that impact and that, oh my god, that wow factor that he appeared again in The Last Jedi. I thought it was more of like a, oh, it's just kind of Yoda type of thing. There was no type of big build up to it, or I don't know, it seemed too casual for me. But something makes me wonder, between the events of The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, even though we only see Luke Skywalker at the very end of, The Force Awakens, so did Luke not encounter any Force ghosts with other Jedi Masters? Did he not encounter any when he was thinking of what to do when he wanted to kill Kylo Ren because he knew he would turn to the dark side eventually, which he did? Was there any Force ghost out there warning him about the Knights of Ren, which eventually evolved from his training school? I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there anything I'm missing out on here, or what do you guys think? I honestly don't know. I just want your opinion on this. But guys, hopefully you did enjoy today's video. If you did, as always, be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel for all the latest, greatest Star Wars news, info, and fan theories. And with that said, guys, as well, oh, I completely forgot. Subscribe and hit the bell, because YouTube does not want to notify people that I upload amazing Star Wars content for some reason. They're trying to hide my amazing content, so you better subscribe. Well, with that out of the way, guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you made this far into the video, thank you guys so much. Honestly, I really appreciate it. This is only my second video on the channel, and I've been getting so much support, and I honestly cannot thank you guys enough. Honestly, I feel like we're going to start an amazing community here, and I'm glad that you are all along for the ride. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see all you amazing people in my next video.